before it goes to my engine, I gotta know it works. So I say prove it.
Trouble off turn 4. A dozen cars involved. Caution is out. That's Reed Sorensen. Casey Roderick in the 08. Mike Wallace, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Truex, and more.
Chain reaction that started way up front. There's Denny Hamlin.
With pack racing, the history at Daytona has been the closer you get to the finish, the harder people press, the less give and take there is, the more likely the big wreck.
Yeah, there's still plenty of take. There's just no give as you get toward the end.
Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, there's Allgaier. He was one of the first ones to make contact with the wall. Actually got up on top of the wall. Kenny Wallace having a great run. He's destroyed. And the cars are running this close together in these packs. All it takes is for somebody to get just a little out of shape or have to breathe the throttle to keep from running over, and it becomes this chain reaction type wreck, and that's exactly what we saw here. And you know it's generally going to happen as we get within that last 20 laps, and everybody trying to get as much as they possibly can.
There's Justin Allgaier out of his car. That is Casey Roderick in the 08.
We just talked about what a great job this 19-year-old had done all day long. Unfortunately, wrong place and wrong time.
Yeah. Mentioned how Daytona can offer that surprise finish, but Daytona can also take and dash your dreams in a heartbeat.
And it just tears your heart out. You know, it gives you that slight bit of hope and anticipation that you may have a great day, and then it just jerks it out from under you. You see Kurt Busch going up through the middle with Kyle, and then all of them start getting together right at the front of the field. You can see that started, looked like with Trevor Bayne getting separated, got a little bit loose behind the 6. And you see somebody drives right underneath of Allgaier. Yeah, that's the 52, Reed Sorensen, that was underneath. He was completely underneath. See Johanna Long getting a piece of that. Not a lot of contact, but she has some damage to the left front. I believe it starts right here. Watch Trevor Bayne. May have to jump out of the throttle and get sideways here. A lot of times, June, you have to jump out to keep them running over that car in front of you. Your car will just jump for about a half a lane. I'm telling you, Reed Sorensen was completely underneath Justin Allgaier's car.
With Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Oh, he got a good view.
Check that right front fender on his car. Got a little contact there.
Clear to the bottom. Clear to the bottom. Wrecking in front of you. Stay low. Stay low. Stay low. Keep, come on. 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 Wrecking behind you. Come on. Go.
Wow. I cannot imagine that was a fun view for Reed Sorensen.
Yeah, look from that. The first contact was all the way at the lead. You can see Kurt Busch get into the left rear of Joey Logano just a little bit, and everybody checked up.
So 6th caution in the Drive4COPD 300 at Daytona is out. 14 laps to go. Cleanup continues. At Daytona International Speedway, our NASCAR Nationwide Series coverage presented by GoDaddy.com. Some pit stops. Jamie?
And Austin Dillon in the 3 car. He lost his drafting mate early on in Elliott Sadler. He's been hanging on. The rookie, they're working on the right side. You see they're pulling out. He had a fender rub there on the right side, taking their time. Let's go to Vince.
4 tires in Sunoco fuel for Dale Earnhardt Jr. They want to check those fenders to make sure he doesn't have a tire rub. Was squeezed in that little contact. They don't feel like they had any real damage to the car, but they didn't want to take a chance. Better safe than sorry. AB?
All right, Vince, thanks. So, as you see the repairs there to the Austin Dillon car, he and Dale Jr. are going to be together at the back of the field after this multi-car crash that began in turns 3 and 4 when the leaders kind of bottlenecked up an accordion.
You could see that right up front, as Andy had pointed out, that Joey Logano looked like maybe a little help from Casey Kane, who was pushing him a little bit. I think it's just the combination of all of that, and then Reed Sorensen all the way up to where he could see the transmission.
Hey, that could
Just
not have
an
been
all-guy.
fun.
If he had his eyes open, he could have seen. I'm not sure.
You see all the cars involved. Some good cars too. Mike Wallace having a great run. Denny Hamlin. And Robert Richardson Jr. He was up front for a lot. Page 2.
It's a long list.
Yeah.
See officials working on the safer barrier there in turn 4. So we'll take a break, come back for the restart, and the final laps at Daytona. Kurt Busch is the leader. But it is very much a question as to who they'll be handed it to in another 9 laps. The barrier meets the concrete wall in turn 4 because when the accident happened, the front splitter from under one of the cars literally wedged into that wall. This is the reason for the caution, a multi-car wreck in that corner.
Trying to get a look, see whose splitter might be wedged under that wall.
I'm betting
Could be
31.
Reed's. It could be any one of those.
I'm betting 31 just from the angle that car is
Could be.
tipped up there. Well, while they finish the cleanup and get ready to go back racing, a number of the drivers in the accident have been released from the infield medical center. Jamie?
And that is the good news. Everybody's okay, and they're standing back here watching the replays. And Denny, this is your first time on this style of track in the new style Nationwide car. What happened there?
I quickly reminded myself why I don't run these races. It's just so hard, man, to control your own fate in these type of races. But I had fun with the Z-Line Toyota today. I thank Jim and those guys for putting me in here, and had a great time. Had some runs up front and was running up front right there at the end, and just chain reaction. It looked like Kyle and Kurt, a huge run through the middle, and it surprised some guys. And next thing you know, the guys start moving all around, and that's where the wreck starts. So I was just one of those guys that would happen to be in the middle of the pack at the wrong time.
All right, Denny Hamlin will be back in the 18 car next week at Phoenix. So Justin Allgaier, that's some reaction there. You were on 2 wheels. What did you see happen?
Honestly, I saw a couple of guys get kind of moved up in front of me, and it looked like kind of moved up into my teammate James Busher, and so I cut to the bottom to try and hopefully get around him, and unfortunately got caught up with other guys that were trying to get by. But it's unfortunate, like you said, the pack racing and the 2-car tandems, they're tough to do both of them at the same time, and guys are getting runs when they shouldn't have. So I hate it for the Brent Chevy guys. They did a great job, and we rode around the back most of the day, to be honest with you, just to stay out of stuff like this, and was hoping that maybe it wasn't too early to go, and obviously it was too early. So we'll be back again next week at Phoenix, and hopefully we can get that Brent Chevy in victory lane next week.
Tough way to start this season, of course, thinking big picture for championship. Have to note right now the red flag is out. We're going to have Rookie of the Year, going for Rookie of the Year, Casey Roderick. We talked about you, Alan Bestwick mentioned you were moving your way toward the front, and then boom, you're back here. What happened?
Well, I was at the top side, just hanging out. We were running really well, and we had Kyle Busch push us to, I think, 8th, and man, I was having fun out there. I was a rookie, having veterans push me around was pretty cool to experience, and I think I started moving around a little bit too much on Kyle, and he opted out on me, so I went straight to the back, and then I got to the top side, and I think I hooked up with Michael Lynette, and I was just hanging in there, and then all of a sudden I see Allgaier just shoot to the top, and man, everybody just jammed up together there, and I went to the middle, and I was by it, and I think the 50 car come up and got us in the left side door. But man, I tell you what, this Randy Hill Racing Ford was on a roll. We don't have the dollars that everybody else has out here, and we were doing a great job, I thought, and Go Green is a joint effort with us, and man, they did an excellent job. So thanks to Randy Hill and everybody involved.
Good job by you today, Casey Roddick. I'm sure we're going to be hearing more of his name. And we have to mention Reed Sorensen has been checked and released, and he took off. Let's go back upstairs now to Alan.
Jamie, thanks. No less an authority than Bill Elliott says that Casey Roddick has the work attitude, the work ethic, and the attitude to be a champion in this sport.
I think he explained the wreck better than we did. On TV. That's pretty good.
Well, you see the field stopped on the backstretch under the red flag with Kurt Busch leading and Tony Stewart second. Tony seeking his 7th win in the Nationwide Series here at Daytona. He's won 4 straight. He is our in-race reporter today. Let's talk to him under the red.
Hey, Smoke, Dale Jarrett, you there?
Yeah, bud.
I don't know what you've seen out there, but we've had a great time watching this show today. How's it look from your view?
I told Bob Jeffries, my spotter, earlier, I said, I hope surely that one lap down the backstretch that what we did there will make the top 10 plays of the day on ESPN. So I'm hoping for that, but it's been fun out here. It's been proof that you don't have to be in the 2-car tandem to get to the front here, but you know, like I said, coming down to the end of it here, it's definitely going to be a paired up situation.
As we get lined up and ready to go, you're going to have just under 10 laps to go. You're going to have a teammate of sorts there today, Elliott Sadler, on your bumper. Can the two of you make this happen and you get win number 5 in a row?
I hope so. Elliott's been doing an awesome job, man. I mean, we would not be sitting where we're at if it weren't for him back there. So I hope we can do it together here. He's done an awesome job. He's the one that's had to do all the work. So we'll just see what we can do here and get the best we can here. We got an awesome Oreos race car right now. This Richard Childress Racing Chevy is bad to the bone.
It's been a long day. You got any Oreos in there to snack on?
You know me, I can always eat. I wish I did right now. I'm getting a little hungry, but hopefully we'll win this thing and they'll give me some in victory lane.
All right, man. It's been fun watching. Have a good, safe end of this. Good luck.
Thanks, bud.
Tony still has time to move up that top 10 list in these last 8 laps.
That's right.
Maybe get himself the number 1 play of the day.
Yeah, we might not have seen his best move yet.
That's right. Field is rolling. They are on 1 to go. They are coming to the restart. The splitter has been removed. This a replay. There it is.
Got it.
Off of Kenny Wallace's car, I'll say by the paint color.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing come down to a green-white checker, maybe more than one. They'll be glad they've got enough Sunoco fuel in there to make that happen. They pitted up last on lap 95.
Quick reminder, this just the beginning of the action for the NASCAR Nationwide Series 2012. Every race on the ESPN networks, including next Saturdays at Phoenix. Remember the mile track reconfigured before last fall's races? Fast and furious and a little fickle. And we'll go at it next Saturday afternoon at 4 Eastern on ESPN2. The NASCAR Nationwide Series also streaming live on WatchESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app.
It'll be...
Oh, look out! Contact! Hornish! Bumped by Reagan around in turn 4. Michael Annette slams the inside wall.
They were lined up 3 wide, or looked like 5 or 6 deep there.
I don't know how they made it as far as they did. Nemechek's destroyed too. You see David Reagan, his car's destroyed. Hornish got some damage.
Here we are. Be ready. All right, guys. 4 tires. Take your time.
Just mentioned David Reagan drafting to the front with Trevor Bayne, and that whole pack, second accident in a row, kind of accordioned there in turn 4.
Yeah, one of the things you saw, they were 3 wide for the lead and just nowhere to go, and it seemed like it just stacked everybody up. And as they started stacking up, they started making contact.
Yeah, when you're in that situation, you can't really stay wide open. So as they start slowing down there, as you were saying, they have to slow down behind, and when you get 3 or 4 rows deep in that, then there's going to be contact.
Michael Annette out of his car. David Reagan sitting in his car, but loosening up the safety equipment. And Joe Nemechek, all torn up. What a shame. What a great race he had today.
Yeah, he did. He had an incredible race going.
Watch the yellow 12. That's around the area where it all begins.
Yeah, that's
Not to say that, of course, David Reagan was getting a big push from behind there, but, you know, Hornish was up there, and like David Reagan tried to stick his nose in there and maybe take the spot away. Just product of late racing and pack racing here at Daytona.
One back.
Yeah, you see right
And they're inside. You're in the middle, 3 wide.
like Reagan tried to
Go,
force
go,
it.
go, go, go. Well, keep coming there if you can. Keep coming there. We got damage there, Bruce.
I'm curious from your perspective as a driver, Dale, when you're in the draft, Trevor Bain's pushing David Reagan.
Yeah, you got to go somewhere. That's what I said. Yeah, he didn't have much choice there. Hornish left that open a little bit by being a little bit too high there maybe. But David Reagan was getting pushed, and just nothing you can do. You have to steer your car where it's going.
And I guess my point was, even if Reagan had lifted off the gas, he was still being pushed.
Yeah, you can see right here, we're riding with Trevor Bain. He's connected to the rear bumper of Reagan.
Good front, easy. Check up, check up. Keep coming, keep coming. They're all good. They're crashing behind. Keep coming through here.
Game of inches. Well, the pack thins. More repairs for Dale Jr. and for Sam Hornish.
Looks like Junior's car took a pretty good lick on the right front corner. Yeah, down the whole right side.
You guys good? You guys all good? You guys all good? All right, let's go. Let's go.
Now, in the draft, and with the number of lead lap cars, don't be surprised if Junior comes back through, even with that damaged car, if the suspension isn't knocked out of line and so on, and has a decent finish.
Yeah, remember the Bud shootout? Car that won that one was about destroyed. I wouldn't count him out, but he does have a lot of damage. And he's going to have a short time to get there. But the top 10's not out of the question, but certainly he came here to win this race today. Yeah.
So, up front, while these drivers were involved in the accident, Kurt Busch and Tony Stewart and Elliott Sadler and Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse, guys that were shuffling around for the lead, all through that cleanly. And they'll get to reset again and try and pair up in the restart. And as we wait for the cleanup to finish and the restart to form in just one more lap, reminds you that our aerial coverage today is provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires for the proving grounds of NASCAR inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven.
You're pulling away from them a little bit. You're about 3 off a cut.
Looks like Stewart's car. The white flag is out.
Maybe.
The last lap is underway. Who gets back first if there's no accident?
I think they're going to have a hard time, even though Logano has a big run, getting back Kurt and Kyle Busch right here. I don't know. Looks like they might have a run. They do.
Back down, come back down, come back down.
Cut the other way. Half a lap to go. Here comes Stewart in the 33 as Logano goes to the point. 3 wide in turn 4. A squeeze to the outside wall. Trouble in the corner. Hard, vicious crash. Who gets through to win the race? Caution flag has just been called. The race leader is James Butcher in the 30 car.
Unbelievable.
A heavy, heavy crash in the final corner of the race. Kyle Busch's car. Trevor Bain. Ricky Stenhouse.
It looked like Stewart tried to force it on the outside. Not not quite enough room to make it happen. Well, he had the room. I think that maybe Joey Logano moved up to try to block that progress.
Here's Kurt Busch. The key to the moment is when the caution was officially called. NASCAR reviewing at the moment in race control. There's Tony Stewart. And we'll wait for confirmation of it, but when I heard NASCAR call the caution on its race control channel, James Buescher was out in front of the pack. We'll see.
Stewart had an incredible run going into turn 3. I actually thought he had something maybe wrong with his car, maybe missing or something as they came down the front straightaway. They were hooked up, but they just weren't going anywhere with he and Elliott Sadler. And you're right, he had such a run.
The call has come. James Buescher has won this race.
That's incredible. I don't know that I've ever seen that many leaders taken out come to the checker.
There's Tony out of the car. And there is Buescher. 21 years old. From Texas. Got married in the off-season to the daughter of his team owner. Campaigning in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series on a full-time basis this season, part-time in the Nationwide Series, and he is going to hold a winner's trophy at Daytona.
Yeah, this race was really about surviving, and he was the one that survived to the finish line.
I really, as we go back and look at some of the replays, I want to see how he wove through the wreck, because he was 8th at the white flag.
I don't think he was that high up when they were coming through turn 3 and 4.
Yeah,
I think he was
I'd
further back.
agree. Yeah, more cars than that wrecked in front of him. Some others that got through there that have some damage, but Elliott Sadler and Austin Dillon didn't make it through. They're going to come out with somewhere maybe top 5 finishes.
All right, turns 3 and 4 coming to the checkered flag.
I really believe Logano pulls up in front to block Tony Stewart here. Let's see if that is what happened, or if it's Trevor Bayne. Now there's Logano. Let's see, yeah, Kurt Busch was actually blocking and moved them up. Hard hit by Kyle Busch, head on into the wall.
And here comes Buescher through the bottom.
Yeah, I think maybe Brad Keselowski is going to finish 2nd and Elliott Sadler 3rd.
What a mess.
Great job of missing all of that. That's what you have to do. You keep yourself in this. Just ask, people. Over the years, we've seen it happen a number of times. Things happen on the last lap, but he's going to victory lane at Daytona.
Yeah, it looks like Kurt Busch did crowd Joey Logano, and that kind of started the whole chain of events.
I've got him 11th in that corner.
Yep. Yeah,
Look at that
he
picture.
really didn't even come close to getting involved. He did a great job of missing all of that. See, Elliott Sadler, there's Austin Dillon going, actually, looks like maybe way down. I don't know if he ended up down pit road, but you can cross the finish line that way too.
Now in this replay,
Look,
watch
Sadler's
the
in the
yellow light.
middle of this right now. He's able to sneak out of there.
Watch the 30 car and watch the yellow light, top right of the screen. Still green, still green. He's clearly out in front. Caution.
There it is. Looks like
You
the
can see
22
the-
car 2nd. Elliott Sadler 3rd. Looks like maybe Cole Witt 4th. Now, it's hard to tell from that angle.
Yeah, they've got a lot of work
Yeah,
to
they
do
do.
to figure the rest of this out.
While Buescher makes his way to victory lane, let's hear from some of the other top finishers and sort out what happened in those last corners. Dave?
Brad Keselowski walking around the 22 car. Your truck didn't come home whole last night. This barely came home whole, and you almost had the win there at the end.
Almost, just got a little contact in the door clearing through that wreck, and I don't know how we brought the discount tire Dodge home. There was a lot of swerving there to save it, but I just could have got through that without that little bit of contact. But coulda, woulda, shoulda. I'm proud to be in a position to win a race and to have cars that are capable of that. But at some point Daytona is just a roll of the dice. I think you saw it. I think we were running like 8th or 10th there.
when that all happened. So we should be happy with the third, but I want to win this race at Daytona. I want to win a race during Speed Week. So glad I got another shot tomorrow with the Miller Lite Dodge at the Cup side, and we'll move on to there, and just proud of the Discount Tire team.
Great job today. That close for Brad Keselowski. Vince? Elliott Sadler was pushing Tony Stewart, and it looked like they had a run that might get Tony back to victory lane again, and then all of a sudden the hole closed up. What happened?
Looked like the leader came up and tried to block, and looked like he blocked too late and then pinched. Looked like the 20 car then pinched us into the wall, but we had that race won, man. We were coming with a whole lot of steam and a whole lot of momentum on the outside. Just really got to thank everybody from RCR, thank everybody from One Main Financial for giving us great race cars, and it's so fun working with Tony. He's just so good and knows how to pick the right line, and we had ourselves in a great situation again, a great chance to win the race, but a lot better than the start we had to last year's season. So a good start. We're on the right foot, and we're going to Phoenix.
Top 5 for Elliott Sadler. Let's go to Jamie Little in victory lane.
How about that for a surprise winner here? Right at the end, hugging his new wife, newlywed in the off-season. Chris, James, you were 11 coming off turn 4. What did you see ensue before you, and how did you get through it?
I don't know who was leading there. Whoever's at the front of that pack started to go up to block the outside line that was coming. Nobody, thank you. Nobody wanted to work with me at the end there. It's like we're all on our own in a tandem draft, and we just got the best draft we could off of everybody. And when I saw them get together up there, I went to the bottom and kept my foot in it, and they started coming back down the track. I somehow squeaked through there and beat everybody through and dodged all the bullets. And this FOE Chevy's beat and banged on every corner. The doors caved in, right front fender, right rear fender, and these guys got it back out there earlier. And we didn't have track position very much today, but we stayed in it to the end, and we won the thing. That's awesome.
21 years old. This is your first NASCAR Nationwide Series win, and it happens in Daytona. What's this like?
It's kind of same thing I experienced a few years back when I won my first ARCA race on a big track was Daytona. So on a big, full-size racetrack like what NASCAR races on, and the second win at Daytona, first time in NASCAR. Hope there's many more to come. This is awesome.
Congratulations. James Buescher, will be seeing a lot more of him this year. Alan?
JB, thanks. Check it out in turn number 4, where James Buescher in that 30 car was with a quarter lap to go in this one. There he is. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11th in line going into turn number 3. And somehow he ducked low and missed all the wreck and kept from getting collected. And the 21-year-old Texan scores his first NASCAR Nationwide Series win, of all places, at Daytona. Next week, it's Phoenix, Saturday at 4 Eastern on ESPN2. College basketball is next.